I always hear them referred to liberals. I think it should be progressives. Progressives have infiltrated Republicans, Independents, and Democrats.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need to refer to them as progressives.
Yes.
Progressives are the problem in the United States.
I don't disagree. Bottom line, I'm no apologist for the Republican Party. Because the fact of the matter is, at one time we had control of the Senate, the House, and the White House, and our side spent money like drunken sailors as well. And they also, Pombo tried to reform the Endangered Species Act. He got it approved in the House, couldn't get it through the Republican-controlled Senate. If the Republicans are doing their job, we wouldn't need a Tea Party.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I do not make apologies for Republicans, but I still believe they're the best thing going. And I think we've got some Kevin McCarthy, one of the young guns. Folks, I believe the Republican Party is going to change. I think it's going to change. Is there any other questions? Go ahead.
Andy, real quick, you started to touch on Prop 20, Prop 27 issues when we were talking about lowest caps and Isla Vista. Do you have any guidance or recommendation on how those ought to be voted?
Yeah, hold on just a minute. All right, a couple of years ago, Californians passed a ballot proposition that put the ability to draw the lines for the state Senate and state assembly into the hands of the people. Well, right now they put Prop 20 on the ballot. This would add congressional districts to the commission, the independent commission that's supposed to draw the boundaries. Let me go over these real quick. We're recommending a no vote on Prop 19, that's marijuana. A yes vote on Prop 20, which throws the congressional districts in with the state assembly and Senate districts. We're recommending a Prop 21 vote no, that's the vehicle registration. And the reason why is they're going to divert the money to other things. Prop 22 is vote yes. This keeps the state from plundering money from the local governments, which they've been doing. They've ripped off the cities and the counties blind to the tune of tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars over the last few years. Prop 23, of course, is vote yes. Prop 24 deals with the California taxes. 24 states have initiated changes to the tax code. California did as well, but the California Teachers Association spent $8 million to try to repeal this tax. Prop 25 is a big one. This eliminates a 2/3 vote in the legislature to pass a budget. We want you to vote no on that. Prop 26, vote yes. This requires a supermajority to pass new taxes and fees. And then Prop 27, we want you to vote no because that eliminates that redistricting commission and puts apportionment back in the hands of the politicians.
Thank you.
Right. Hold on. He's got a microphone. If you raise your hand, he'll walk around. Go ahead.
All right. You were talking earlier about how the Republican Party has kind of turned away from the Constitution just as much as the Democrats, if not more. But so my question is to you, do you support voting for third party or alternative party candidates like the American Independent, which is a branch of the Constitution Party, or the Libertarian Party, instead of giving Republicans a free ride all the time? Or should you at least know what everyone stands, everybody on the ballot, not just the Republican or Democrat?
Well, unfortunately, a huge number of people in America and in California look for one of two things when they go into that ballot. They look for a D next to a name or an R next to the name. And 20 to 30% of the people in each party, that's all they look for. And even though I believe that some of the third-party candidates and some of their platforms are more true to the Constitution, and these people are more true to the mission and the spirit of the Constitution, typically what happens with a third-party candidate is, on our side, is they split the Republican vote and hand off the victory to the Democrats or the progressives. And so right now, I don't think the Tea Party should be a party. I think the Tea Party is grassroots. I think they should hold everybody's feet to the fire. And I do think that you should thoroughly vet candidates. But at the same time, you have to have balance and perspective. And again, I offer Abel Maldonado versus Gavin Newsom as an example. Even though Abel violated certain precepts and principles, I'm still telling you he's better than Gavin.
We're tired of the lesser of two evils.
Well, I know that. She said we're tired of lesser of two evils. We're all tired of that. But I'll tell you, one of the problems with the Republican Party is there's a rift and a division and a schism in it. It used to be over pro-choice versus pro-life. It's also over country club / elites versus the worker bees. And it's up to us to try to bridge that gap. It's up to us to take control of the party and make a change. And that's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take time to do that. And that's what the Tea Party is about, in my opinion.
On Proposition 24, did you say yes or no?
Okay, what Prop 24 does is it repeals a tax break that exists right now. We do not want that tax break repealed, so we want you to vote no, because it's going to raise taxes on business in the state of California, which is going to just cause more job loss. Isn't it sad that the way they word these propositions, you got to decipher whether a no means yes and a yes means no? It's horrible. That's why I have to go back to my notes. Is there any other questions?
You know, one of the problems when you look at the ballot is when it comes to judges. I wonder if you could give any direction to anyone here on how to decipher which are the liberal progressive judges and which are real judges.
All right, I'm going to give you a website. It's judgevoterguide.com. Judgevoterguide.com. So it's www.judgevoterguide.com. Let me tell you what's unfortunate here. I literally had a professor of government on the show 2 days ago. A professor. This guy used to be president of Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, and he teaches at Rose McKenna Claremont School and other places. And I asked him the question, well, if we vote no against the judges, does Schwarzenegger appoint another one before the end of his term, or would Moonbeam get to appoint one after the first? He didn't know the answer to the question. We don't know. I've been asking a lot of people. Nobody can answer the question. So what that service does, you can go to that website, go down to San Luis Obispo County, and it'll tell you the judges, and it's going to score them on a scale of like 0 to 10 on whether they're strict constitutionalists or they're making up the laws they go. And that's all I can give you. Why? Because judges, I've had judges on the show, they won't tell you what their positions are, and there's virtually nobody that tracks all their cases and all their votes. So this is a great website. It's trusted by conservatives throughout the state of California, and so you can at least get an assessment. And they have a few recommendations of yes and more of no based on the judges that are on the ballot. Is there anything else? Anybody? Okay.
Hi, Andy. I just have one comment, not a question. Years ago, I worked for the City of Morro Bay in management, and I was asked what my political affiliation was. And I said, typically they would characterize me as conservative, but I said, I'm really not that. I'm a radical liberal like the Founding Fathers.
Good for you.
And we all should be radicals like them, not moderates.
Absolutely. Well, it's kind of getting dark here. I don't want to keep you guys longer than you want to be, but I want to thank you for coming out, and I would encourage you to, again, walk your block and